What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'll be showing you things that you just cannot unsee once you see them. So I don't know if you really want to watch this video just because it will annoy you a lot, but yeah, here we go. Okay, so this one is the sniffer, and as you know it has its eyes on the side of its head, but its nostrils, if you look at it for a long time, they look like its eyes. And also, if you look at it for a while, it starts to look like an old Pac-Man that's been left out in the sun for a super long time. This next one is with the camel, and as you can see here, this was added in the 1.21 update along with the sniffer. But if you look at it, its nostril actually looks like a cat face. I mean, look at this. It's pretty much the same. It's like, just like the mouth, the eyes, and the nose. It's all like a cat face. Okay, so the actual cat, if you stare at it for a long time, then it'll start to look like it only has one eye. So as you can see there's like the pupil, and there's like the blue surrounding it. You can see that it has two eyes, but if you stare at the center for a while, it looks like it's just a cyclops. Another thing with the cat is if you look at its face, and then you look at the bottom of a campfire, you will see the cat face right there. Eye, and a nose. But that's not all with campfires. If you were to take the item, this looks like a piece of pizza. And you can have like this maybe on your dining room table in your Minecraft house or something, just for like a cool build idea. So this guy right here, the creeper, if you look at the chiseled sandstone, then you'll see the actual creeper face right there. And here it is right next to it. And if you look this way, it is exactly the same. So the next one is the chiseled nether bricks, and as you can see here, you'll see a skeleton skull, and it's actually the same as the wither skeleton. So it's a imprint of a wither skeleton skull in the chiseled nether bricks. The next one is the creaking, and so if you get a chiseled resin brick, then it looks exactly like the creaking face. So you can kind of see the three eyes and everything, and then here you can see the three eyes and like a stump of wood for the head, and yeah, it looks pretty much exactly the same. The next one is the chiseled polished blackstone, and this one, if you look at the pig snout and then you look at it, it looks exactly the same. It kind of looks like a piglin snout, but I can't have one in the overworld, so I had to use the pig. But go ahead and confirm that for me if it looks like a piglin in your world. The next one is the guardian. If you look at its eye and then look at this, it may look familiar. As you can see here, there's the pupil and then the rest of the eye right there. And here's the guardian just for reference one more time. Okay, so this next one, it is the chiseled bookshelves. And it looks kind of, if you look close enough, like the eyes of Kirby staring back at you. Because you can see like that shimmer in his eyes, and then the black part right here, it looks exactly like Kirby. So like go look up like an image of Kirby or something, and it'll look exactly the same. Just look at the eyes. It's pretty cool. Next one is the bookshelves, and if you look at it closely, then you will start to see a little bit of Among Us characters start to pop out. So here is the red Among Us, and the yellow Among Us, and the blue Among Us. So right there, you can start to sort of see them. The next one is the librarian villager. You may not have known this, but he's actually wearing a book on his head. There's a little bookmark sticking down on the front, and then on the back, there's another bookmark sticking down. I thought this was a hat the first time I played Minecraft, but looking a little bit closer, it is definitely a book. Okay, so for the pig, if you go to the back side of it, you'll start to see a 9 in the tail. So kind of a cool thing, but yeah, a 9 right there. So there's like the little loop and then the little swirly part. Okay, so this next one is with the torch. We all know and love the torch. It gives off light. It is great. We all have them in our base. But if you look at the item and the thing right here, they look exactly the same. The lever and the item do not though. But what you may notice is that the lever and the torch do not look exactly the same, but in the item, it is pretty much just a lit torch and an unlit torch in there. So they pretty much just copy and pasted the texture over, did a little bit with the tip right there, and made it gray. And same for this, it just made it look lit. But yeah, it is the same exact texture. Next one is the lead. It also looks like a 6 or a 9, just like the pig's tail. Now we all know the oak log. It is the first wood variant that they added to Minecraft. But did you know that the jungle log is actually just a revamped texture of it? If you place the jungle log sideways like this and put some oak like that, then you can definitely see that the jungle log is just a little bit darker than the oak log, but the texture is still exactly the same. The jungle log is a little bit more green, like it has moss or something growing on it, but you can definitely see it is exactly the same texture, just flipped. The next one is with the dark oak trapdoors, and as you can see here, something may start to be a resemblance in the dark oak trapdoors, and that is chocolate. If you look at it closely, you'll see that it's just a huge piece of chocolate right there, and especially when you fly out like so, but when you zoom in, it just looks like a normal trapdoor. The next one is, you may be able to already see it, but there is actually a penguin looking at you right here. So there's like the beak, there's the 2 eyes, and it is the head right there. So if you put slabs above it, it really pops out, but you can still kind of see it even if you don't. And that is with the white glazed terracotta. The next one, you'll need a spyglass for because it's super hard to see for the cauldron. Here we go, I got my spyglass, and if you look at the very corner right there for the black pixel, and then you zoom in on it, then you'll be able to see, if I stop moving, that it is actually like 1/10 of a pixel or something outside of where it's supposed to be. So you can kind of see it right there. It kind of flickers in and out, but it is very cursed indeed, and it's the same for all 4 corners of it, as you can see here. So go ahead and inspect all your cauldrons. You can kind of see it at the very top too, and on the side. Now this is the chiseled stone bricks, and you may notice something about it. The very center of it is actually off-centered. As you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pixels, where on the other side there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pixels. And if we put a torch in the middle of it, it just makes it stand out even more, and it is so cursed. Another one that you won't be able to unsee is the kelp block. As you can see here, this and this part are the smallest parts of the kelp, this being the biggest, and that is just because the strings that actually hold together the kelp are off-centered, of course. As you can see here, it is off-centered with the torch, and they should have just put another little pixel of string going on the other side, and then maybe one here too, and that would have fixed the whole thing. I don't know why they only did 1 pixel. It's kind of weird. Now, for this one, it is the trapdoor, and if you look at the pixels on the side, you'll have to memorize this a little bit. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 darker pixels, 2 lighter, and then 6 darker pixels again. But when we flip the trapdoor open, the darker pixels, they should be facing toward this block because that's where they're at on the downward position. But if we flip them over, then they're not. They are facing toward us. So it somehow just like does a 360 and lands perfectly like that. Now this last one, but certainly not least one, because they are all pretty cursed, including this one, is the cactus in an item frame. If you look at the bottom of it, it looks exactly like a cucumber. Look at that, it's perfect. It's like a circle, and then there's all the fleshy part of it. But it is a perfect cucumber on the side, but I would not recommend eating this because there are definitely spikes coming off of it. So with that, guys, that is going to wrap up the video. Comment whether you want to see a part 2 of this video, or if you like this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more content like this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I will see you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and goodbye.